Welcome to the channel. Now, before I get started on my little talk about the experience of driving a Ford 2011 Crown Victoria Police Interceptor around town and the feeling you get, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button, make a comment on how you found my video and why are you interested in ex-police cars. So I'll reply to most every comment, even the bad ones. So now let's get started with the video, and thanks for watching again. It's been 3 weeks since I've bought this Crown Victoria, and it's been a great experience so far, and I like to share some of that with you. And today we're going to be talking about what's it like, what's it feel like driving a police interceptor in the Northeast, New York, Connecticut, Jersey area of the city, of this nation, and what are the pros and cons? And does it really still have an effect these days since these cars are nearing the end of their service? And I have to tell you, my personal experience, yes, it definitely has a big effect on most people. Some people are just totally oblivious to anything, and that's on them. But a lot of people still recognize and see this setup with the alley light, the push bar, the cage peeking through the window, the steely wheels, and they know it's some sort of official car and probably a PD vehicle with somebody who could probably annoy them, punish them, so there's a element of, let's call it respect. Some people may call it fear, and some people just hate on it. So obviously you could buy these at auction and legally drive them on the street. It's a great value if you're willing to put up with being in an ex-police car, being that guy. So what is the overall impression? Well, let me tell you about stress-free driving. I knew people altered their behavior around it by doing my research, and even just I alter my behavior around police cars and what seems like police cars. And so there's a lot of people. And is it a bad thing? Not really, because it's more good than annoying. I wouldn't say bad. The only annoying thing is sometimes you cause a little traffic jam behind you on the interstate. But that's not a huge thing, The good thing about it is, which I didn't realize until I drove this thing straight everywhere around town, long rides for 3 weeks in a row. And then I got back into my civilian car, which is a 2013 Subaru Outback. And I did not realize the level of hostility of the cars around me, less courtesy I was receiving. It was pretty bad. It was pretty shocking. When I was driving the Vic, I was experiencing politeness, space on the road, very, very few instances of tailgating. I say tailgating went down in my experience probably like 90%. Still, there's some people that ride the bumper, and I'm like, these are the people that just have no clue where they are, or maybe they're haters and want to cause trouble. But amazing. Imagine your driving experience as you know it, and I'm sure you experienced tailgating. Imagine that going down 90%. Wow, that is huge. So that makes it stress-free driving. You don't get a rise like I get when people ride my bumper for no reason. It's not like I'm going slow. I'm going slightly above the speed limit. And even to avoid those situations, I've been pulling aside and letting these animals go by. And for what? Because as soon as they go by, they go in the same damn speed I'm going. So they just see you as a target to use for their brakes if they ever press their brakes. It's not like they're trying to go fast or advance. They just want to lead the pack. It's just poor driving and pretty much poor attitude. So to me, it was pretty shocking that driving the Vic was so relaxing. I thought it was because it's just a nice car to drive. I thought it because I was having this feeling of, yeah, I'm the king of the road. People were giving me courtesy, which I didn't feel before. And that is true. How many times have I experienced somebody just waving me on into traffic, letting me turn in front of them into a space, letting me merge nice and easy with room. It just makes my little world of driving around town a much more pleasant experience. And the reality is, it should be that way. We shouldn't be rude and making people merge into tight space, or even blocking people, riding people's butts. We don't like it, and then sometimes we do it for whatever reason. You're having a bad day, you think you're going to go faster, you think the person's slower in front of you. It gets into that road ragey, a low level of road rage that seems to be constantly there in certain areas around town at certain times of driving, like rush hour, of course. It's just a shame that it's like that. And driving this Crown Vic around town just really made me realize how much a low level of aggressive driving there is for regular cars with each other. And then when you get in the Magic Police looking car and you drive around town, all of a sudden people are giving you space around you, letting you merge in with space, not blowing by your doors, not cutting you off. Occasionally you see people just oblivious and they just treat you like every other car out there. But it cuts down a lot. That when I got back into the Subaru and drove for a bit, I was like, wow, that's a big difference. If I leave the house and I'm going to go on an errand, I look at the Crown Vic, I look at the Subaru, and I say, you know what? It's worth the price of gas for a mission to relaxation and cool driving experience. I jump in the Vic most of the time. And that's just a extra bonus. I didn't realize, I knew there was perks, act a little bit differently, but I didn't realize the amount of aggressiveness that I was low level dealing with driving a regular car, especially around my area, New York, Connecticut, Jersey. And it's like, wow, huge difference. So that's my 3-week experience. I'm going to pump out more videos like this. If you got any questions, hit me up in the comments. And let's have some fun with the Crown Vic and see where we could go mechanical-wise, driving experience-wise. You want some driving videos? And let's do it. Let's make this channel grow. And see you in the next video. Later.